Hey everyone. Last week we reviewed our number 5 NFL prospect in this year's 2025 NFL draft, and it happened to be quarterback Shador Sanders from Colorado. Sticking within this quarterback theme, I want to look at the number 4 NFL prospect, my QB1, Cam Ward, the 6'2 quarterback, 220 pounds, out of Miami. There's a lot you could say about him when you watch his game, and it's a reason why he was a Heisman finalist, All American, ACC Player of the Year, and he threw for 4,000 yards and 30 plus touchdowns. The guy is probably the best quarterback in this draft. It's a reason why he's my QB1. But it all comes down to how he looks, right? On tape, the first thing you notice about him is how calm he is. He doesn't seem to get rattled at all. And it's on a whole nother level. Like, I know there's a lot of Captain Cools, right? But this guy is might as well be Mr. Freeze from Batman. Scans the offense, can sense the pressure, may roll out the pocket, but it's not even a rollout. It's a stroll out. Eyes are always downfield, looking to make the play, and then he either delivers a strike or he lives to see another down sometimes. And it's the way he does it where it's almost menacingly, where it's like he has no fear, no anxiety. Like his field awareness is probably one of the best out of all the quarterbacks going into this draft because of how calm he is. And under the Miami offense, he showed that he mastered it being a transfer quarterback there, only being there for a year. Then the second thing that you notice about him when you're watching tape is how fast that ball jumps out his arm. He may not have the strongest arm, but geez, he can spin it. The velocity rate that he throws that ball is pretty much crazy, and the arm angles that he has when he throws the ball is ridiculous. He has passes where he's going over top of guys. He has passes where he's throwing a side angle behind linebackers or the free rusher, and it gets there. And speaking of it, the ball getting there, he's accurate when he does it. So when you watch his tape, you're looking at this man as a mini computer, almost a mini human highlight reel because of his arm alone. But what also impresses me is his footwork. Miami ran a lot of RPO based concepts in their offense, which involved him to make quick decisions at a fast pace, and he did it very well. And his feet showed. Wherever his feet went, that's where the ball went. His feet were under him. He was very solid within the throwing motion, and he got the ball out and delivered on time. One of the best things about him is that he throws in rhythm to his receivers. And by that, I mean when a receiver is running a in-breaking route, a slant, or somewhere where they have to continue and carry it off, Cam Ward has the ability to throw to his receivers in stride without making a receiver pretty much slow down or lose any speed. There were a lot of games and a lot of tape that I watched where he's throwing to Xavier Restrepo, he's throwing to Young, he's throwing to George across the middle. He's finding his receivers and they're not breaking stride at all. And it's like, wow. Not a lot of quarterbacks on the college level can do that without trying to force something or give up mechanics when they throw in the ball. He makes it look very effortless when how he does it, and it's one of the most fascinating things you can watch from him because a game against Florida where he goes off in that season debut, he's throwing it anywhere and everywhere across the middle of the field. Then there's games where he has to throw quick RPO slant routes, quick RPO screens, and the ball gets out of his hand real fast, and he's looking from his left side and got to throw back to his right, and he does it very fantastic. And he doesn't put his receivers in harm's way. Watching the tape, I've noticed he throws the ball in tight spots to where his receivers aren't going to necessarily get banged up a lot, especially in the red zone situation where he has to throw a quick slant before the safety can come down. He does that extremely well, and that also leads me into his pocket presence. Earlier, I said he might as well be Captain Freeze. His pocket presence is the reason because of that. This man, Cam Ward, will take a snap, sense the pressure. He has broken numerous sacks and then find a way to make a play downfield. And all of it seems like his eyes haven't been taken off the field, hasn't been taken downfield. He still looks at the line in front of him to see how long he can build up. He has great awareness of when he could climb in the pocket. His pocket scramblization is probably the best out of all these quarterbacks because he has the ability to scramble up in the pocket, scramble out in the pocket, scramble wide, and still keep his eyes downfield without breaking a stride and still being able to get his arm and his body to sink in motion to throw the ball. And it's probably one of the best things about him. Now, there's not too many knocks in his game, right? We won't know how his career will pan out, but one of the few things that we have to mention is the Captain Cool. The Captain Cool and that Mr. Freeze mentality leads to him trying to be Superman. And that's where majority of his interceptions came from, is him trying to be Superman on plays that he doesn't need to be, where he is scrambling out the pocket and then he's throwing it all the way back across his body and to the other across the field. And that was majority where the interceptions came from. You look at the Cal game, the Duke game, the Virginia Tech games, those were close games, and that's where he struggled the most in those games where you don't need to always do that. Sometimes you have to know when to live to see another down. And also, he's not the most accurate on the deep ball. He's mastered the intermediate and short throws, but he still needs to work on his deep ball game and throwing that ball on the outside of the numbers and getting it more vertical. And that comes with a little bit more practice. But overall, when I look at Cam Ward's game, he's QB1. He has the ability to turn a team into a franchise very, very fast. And I'm not going to say it's going to be a 1 year turnaround, but his ability to command the locker room, be a leader, and then go out there and adhere to expectations is something that not a lot of quarterbacks will probably do, but he can do it very fast. When you watch him play, you look at the Virginia Tech comeback, the Cal comeback. There were plays that were his fault, and again, that comes with those turnovers. But then you look at him and go, "Wow, like that fourth quarter, that second half against Cal, ability to score very fast and like 2 minute offenses to lead a crazy comeback isn't thanks to Cam Ward. With him as your quarterback in NFL, you can see why your franchise will be in games. Uh, he will take the risk downfield, like I said, but who doesn't? And when I had to think of his NFL comparison, it was really hard, but when you watch his game and you look at it more and more, it reminds you of the Aaron Rodgers, where the ability to have these crazy arm angles when you look at Rodgers when he throws the ball. Matthew Stafford a little bit. When you look at his ability to make plays once it breaks down and his scramble ability, not to look the run, but just to keep his eyes downfield and throw it across the middle of the field and find the open receiver. That scramble drill is probably why I have him at my quarterback one. A lot of people will look at it as Shador, Cam Ward, Shador. You guys let me know in the comments. And next time you'll see me, we'll be down to our number 3 prospect. Who is it going to be? You guys take a guess in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.